Hi there, and thanks for joining me. My name is Lisa from Critters'n Designs in Ontario, Canada. Today, I'm going to show you this little cute spinner card with a little spinning hippo from the Hippest Hippos Sale-a-bration little stamp set. This stamp set is free with a $60 order. And I'm also going to be using the Hippo dies, which are also free with another $60 order. So if you were to place an order over $120, you could choose these two pieces for free as of July the 1st in a couple of weeks. So I was just fooling around yesterday and I thought, oh my God, that is so cute. What can I do with it? So Jennifer McGuire, who is a stamp artist in the United States, does really cool spinner cards and things. And I just happened to see one of these a couple of weeks ago and I thought, these hippos are going to be absolutely perfect for that. So Sale-a-bration starts on July the 1st. I can't show you the inside of the catalog, we're not allowed to, but I can show you what I got from it. And the Hippest Hippos and the matching dies is one of them. And there's a new mini catalog from July to December coming out on July 1st as well. And so if you place a $60 order out of this and the annual catalog that started in May, yeah, you can pick something free from the little mini Sale-a-bration catalog, and there's lots of really cool things in there. So that's my little pitch for this. Also, during the month of June, I just want to remind people that any kit in the Stampin' Up website in the kits department, buy one and get the second one for half price. So if you buy one, you'll pay regular price. But if you buy two, you get the most expensive one. Stampin' Up will automatically cut the price in half for you. So that's a really amazing deal, and that's for the month of June. So let's get started. I don't want to take up your whole day. So I'm going to be using a card base I've been doing them with the in colors. So I'm going to be using this time the not sweet sorbet. Is it sweet sorbet? Yes. Yeah, sweet sorbet. And on this one, I used the Parakeet Party. And for some reason, I always call it Parakeet Parade. But it's Parakeet Party is the green. And then the purple is the Orchid Oasis. And I use the same colors on this, but in reverse. And the designer series paper that I'm using is the 6x6 in color collection for the 2022 to 24 in colors, and that's the Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. So this time I'm going to use the Sweet Sorbet and Tahitian Tide, and I'm also going to use the there's like an ombre sparkle paper of the in colors too. And let me grab my catalog and I'll just show you those. And they're on page 139. Let me just zoom in a smidge here. And they're in the top left hand corner, and they're 6x6, the Glimmer paper in the in colors. You can also get the in color 6x6 designer series paper assortment, which is what I'm going to be using for the front of my card. And this time I'm going to be using the a Tahitian Tide on the Sweet Sorbet. First of all, I'm going to zoom back out. And I'm going to use Sweet Sorbet for my card base, and I'm going to score it at, let me just put a light on here because I've got a window and it's creating shadows. That didn't really help, did it? I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 inch side. And then I'm going to rotate my paper and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2. And that'll give me 2 card bases. I rarely make just one card, so it's always handy to have an extra card base. And if you don't use it, just store it with your paper and use it the next time. And I'm also going to cut a piece of my designer series paper 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. And I need actually a piece, oh, actually, no, I don't. But I do need a piece of basic white for the inside of my card. And then I'm going to need another piece for making my reversible hippopotamus. And I'm going to show you how to do reverse stamping using your Stamparatus. Okay, so I think I've cut everything. I'll probably have to dry this out one more time, but that's okay. So first thing I'm going to need is my circle dies. So I'm using the layering circles. They're on page 102. These have been around for a while. They're a staple. So I'm going to use my largest scalloped circle and the second largest circle to make the window in my card. So let me grab my die, and I want to have this centered usually about, I don't know, it looks like about a 1/2 inch from each side and about a 1/2 inch from the top. And you can always use a ruler to see, you know, how centered you are here. So I'm on the fold, and this is, I actually did really good. And I'm not too fussy on how far down I go. I could probably come down just a smidgen. And I'm just going to use a piece of washi tape to hold my die in place. And let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The Big Boss, as some people call it, which I think is kind of cute. So to cut with dies, if you're new to this machine, you're going to need a level 1 plate, number 1, a number 2 shim plate. Not just, these all come with the machine, so don't think that you have to buy something extra. And then I'm going to place my one number 3 down, and I'm going to layer my die right on top of it, and then I'm going to lay another number 3 right on top of that. Okay, and I'm just going to crank it through. Depending on the die, sometimes it sounds like bones are breaking, but that's okay, that's normal. This one wasn't too bad. So I'm going to take this out of here. I'm not going to take this away because we're going to need it again. So I've got my, just going to carefully take this off. So I'm just going to use this piece of tape here to hold this in place. And I'm going to flip this over and take a pencil. And I'm just going to give myself an idea where I want to cut my next circle. So I have this centered on my card base as if I was going to just use like a basic matte cover, right? So now I'm going to take this out and bring back my Big Boss here. And I'm going to lay my die where I drew this line. I'm going to grab this tape here. So I'm just going to lay that where I drew my circle, so I know that when I put this back on the front of the card, it's going to be centered. So let me just tape that there. Oops. Run this through like this. There we go. And I'm going to, don't throw this out, I'm going to use it later to cut out some elements. All right. So we're going to need this again, but I'm going to put it away for now because we're going to create our little reversible hippos. And for that, I'm going to need my Stamparatus. I love my Stamparatus. So to do the reverse stitching, I don't know, I've got stitching on the brain. To do the reverse stamping, you're going to need a stamping platform of some kind. I'm using the Stamparatus. And you'll also need like a silicone mat. So I'm going to just pop my silicone mat right into the corner. And I'm going to take the stamp that I want, and I want the little dancing hippo. And I'm going to place my paper there and place the stamp where I want it to stamp. So I'm just going to lay her there and pick her up. You can see I didn't clean it from the last time, but that's okay because I'm going to stamp in exactly the same spot. So I've got my Memento ink, and I'm going to ink up my little hippo. And I think I'll do her twice just to get a good little stamp there. And you'll notice that I'm not squishing the daylights out of this. I basically let it fall, give it a little press, and that's all the pressure that you need. Oops. Now I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to stamp now the same design onto my silicone mat. So I'm just going to ink her up. You know what? There's still a little bit of residue from the last time I did this. I'm just going to wipe it off because I don't want to have a shadow. Flip that over. If you don't have a silicone mat, I'll tell you, this is one of the best tools. You use it with, you can use it with embossing paste, ink, any kind of glue product. Nothing sticks to it because it's silicone. Okay, so I'm going to press down, and I've got a good design there, but I'm going to do a second one just to make sure that I haven't, missed anything and I get a good imprint. I want to get a really good imprint on my card base, and I'm noticing there isn't enough ink on that back foot for me. So I'm going to do it just one more time. That's better. Okay, so I've got my hippo on this side, and I want a hippo here. So I'm going to flip over my paper, and I'm going to lay this back in the corner, and I'm going to re-ink my hippo here, and I'm just going to gently press. And there I have one hippo facing this way, one hippo facing this way. Okay? Okay, we'll just get her colored. Sorry, I'm back again. I had to go answer the door. Had a customer come to the door. Well, here we go. When you're using alcohol markers, you need to be careful that you don't get too close to your outline mark, because they will actually bleed past and into your craft. And I didn't actually know that until I noticed it was happening. And then one of the ladies on my team said, yeah, you have to just kind of go near the edge and not to the edge, because it will kind of bleed right over. So I'm coloring the hippos with the light of the smoky slate. And you can see I'm using a white pen to blend, and that's actually the color lifter. And what that does is it allows me to just sort of get a shadow of the gray around the outside. I just can't get over how this color lifter blends the gray like this. Amazing, amazing. Okay, there we go. And I think, let's just see, what color will I do her little shoes? I think I'll do them in the, red actually. Okay, I've got the light sweet sorbet here. Okie doke. So that's done. I'm just going to cut her out. Okay. Oh, I forgot one of her shoes here. All right. Hope that doesn't move. All right, here we go. Oh, I knew it caught on the cranker there. So there's one. I'm going to flip it over and cut out this side, but it's this side that we're going to use. So I'm just going to cut her out like this. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so here we have our two hippos, and they're going to go together like this. And then they'll turn like this. So what I need to do is open them like a book. And I need some invisible thread. And trust me, there's thread there. It's very, very fine. This is invisible thread from the sewing industry. I've been in the sewing industry for years. And so I have a piece probably about 10 inches long. I don't need that much, but... Okay, so to put our little hippo together, we want to make sure that she's going to close properly. So you're going to put the two together and then open it, whoops, like a book. And then I'm going to take a piece of tear and tape here. And I'm going to go from the tip of her toe. Let me zoom in so you can see. So from the tip of her toe up to her ear, because that I want her on point like this. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I've got my piece of string, which I've lost because it's nearly invisible. So let me just grab another one. And I'll just peel off my tear and tape. And I'm going to take my thread and oops, my tear and tape is over here. And I'm just going to take the tape and I'm going to start at her toe. I've got quite a tail on both sides here. And I'm going to just lay that thread right down the center of that tear and tape. And I've got it really smushed in there. And then I'm going to take my liquid glue and then just
really load up the glue, making sure I get the ears especially. And you don't want anything kind of looking like it's going to come apart and then down, especially into her little toe there. So lots of glue. And I'm going to match up my little hippo. Make sure your string's where you want it. And just make sure your layers are pretty snug there. Okay? So there's my little hippo. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to put some tear and tape at the top of my window here to catch the thread, and also down at the bottom I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape here, and I'm going to put a second piece too, just to make sure that my thread is well anchored. And you don't need it to be this big, but I had it that big, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so here is our hippo, and I want it centered in the window. So I've got it where I want it, and I'm just going to press that thread into the double-sided tape. And oops, it needs to come over a little bit. So I want her about there. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to stick a little piece on top of that because it keeps moving. And you want these to be fairly taut, so I'm just going to push that into the double-sided tape. And I'll just put another piece right on top there. There, so there we have our little spinning element. Make sure that's down really well. And then I'm going to take my window covering, and I'm just going to put some glue all the way around. You want to make sure that you have a fair amount of glue where the thread is going to be caught so that it doesn't sort of get away from you. Let's go around the window here. There, that looks pretty good. A little bit more here, I think. There we go. There. Cute. So cute. Okay, so now I can give these threads a little snip. So there's our little hippo. And now I want to make the little ring around with the scalloped edge. So I'm going to take a piece of the sweet sorbet, So the sweet sorbet is ombre, so I want to get some of all of the colors, but I want to, I think, mostly a little bit dark. I'll just move this down here. So I'm going to run this through my cutter. Actually, I'll bring it over here because I want to show you how I made a frame, how you make a frame out of it. Okay, so I've got my plate. And my cutting plate. Okay, so there's my scalloped circle. And then I'm going to take my plain circle that I used earlier, and I'm just going to lay it like right in the middle. You want it even all the way around. That looks pretty good. And there we go. And here's our little frame. Okay, let me just get this out of here. There, so this is going to sit right here. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. So cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right. Huh, that's adorable. Okay. So there is our little hippo. Just gonna fold this. I don't know where my bone folder is. It's on the other table, I think. There. Okay, so now I'm going to take the circle that I had used, that I cut out, and I'm going to use this up for the skirt of the little hippo. I'm just going to pop her on a block. Actually, maybe I'll save this circle because that's pretty. I'll just use the little corners here. So what I need to do is, I'm just going to stamp the bottom half because all I want is the little ruffly skirt. So I'm just going to do the bottom half of her. And cut that out. And then I have to flip it over because I need the opposite side, right? So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to cut out one on this side. Okay, and I'm just going to fussy cut these. I guess I could have cut out the little shoes too. Maybe I'll do that. Cut out the little shoe. So there's one. I'll just cut out these little shoes. And now on this side, I'm not going to handle it much because I think that ink might smear just a smidgen. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting sort of on the inside of the black because I don't want the black to show. I got thread on me. I don't want the black to show when I glue this onto her skirt because I'm not sure if I can get it off with alcohol or not. Okay, there's the other little skirt. Just a little shoe. See what I mean about the black ink coming off of the shimmer paper? It doesn't really hold the ink. Okie doke, so let's get the skirt on her. I think it's this one. Let's grab a little pair of tweezers here. There, that's so cute. Okay, now we're going to flip her over and do the other side. And where are her little shoes? Here's one. Oh, where's my other one? Oh, I've lost a shoe. Oh, here it is. Okay. Beautiful. Oh my God, so cute. So, so cute. Okay. So now on the inside, I just have a piece of basic white that we're going to put right here, but I'm going to decorate it first. And I'm going to cut out a little umbrella and some flowers and hearts from this set here. And again, I'm going to use pieces of the Glimmer paper that we used earlier. So I'm just going to pop the umbrella there and some flowers and hearts here. And run those through. So there's the little umbrella. Here are the flowers. And I'm going to run them through the flowers and the hearts again in the different pinks. Maybe I'll go a little bit darker. Flip it around on this side. Put some hearts here, put some flowers here. I think I'll just run one more set. Hi.
Hello.
My friend Doreen just popped in. And there's Georgie. Just what I need. Georgie, my quality control manager. She jumps on things and helps me rearrange my desk. The most inopportune times. All kinds of stuff. Doreen is also a demonstrator, so we can put our pre-order in this month for the new catalog. So the big dilemma, what do I buy? Yes. Okay, so this is going to go here. Where do I want my umbrella? Isn't there a song like that? My umbrella. That's a good spot right there. Now I just have to remember where it is. Kind of here. There we go. Got some hearts up on top here. Oh, Doreen's just showing me the new
Pearlized enamel effects.
yeah, pearlized enamel effects. It's like from other companies. I'm trying to think of the name of them. Do you remember what they're called? No, me either. No idea. But I'm using glossy paper anyway. And
I just want to say.
yeah, so they make little enamel dots, raised enamel dots. You have to let them dry a little bit. Can I show? So this is the red. And they'll settle just into little like dots. And there's red, white, and the black is supposed to be black, but it's kind of almost like a dark silver.
Yeah, it's like a quality control says it's black.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it's like a pewter black.
Like pewter black, yeah.
There's a bigger dot.
Yeah. Where's my camera? Oops, there you are. There. That's the black one. So they come, where are the bottles?
It's right there.
Oh, they come in little bottles like this. So there's red, black, and white.
Oh, that's pretty.
And the white, oh, that is beautiful. The white is like a pearl.
That's what it's called, pearl.
Oh yeah, it's called pearl. That's really pretty. Georgie's sitting on the windowsill trying to catch her tail through the Venetian blind strings. I don't know. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple of flowers down here. What colors do I have here? Take a lighter one and put it over here. Oh, Georgie, pretty sure I don't need your help. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to put some hearts on the inside. Okay. Georgie, you're a silly kitty. This cat has decided that she always needs to be where I am, which is fine some of the time, but other times it's a little inconvenient. I'll do this one. Oops. A little heavy-handed with the glue there. Okay. So cute. There. And then across the bottom, I've got the cutoff from when I trimmed my 6.5 or 6-inch piece of DSP. So I'm just going to glue that along the bottom and the inside to give it a little something. Beautiful. Oh my God, that's so cute. And on the, I just need a little scrap of white. And I'm going to put just love you a ton on the bottom here. Now, if it was a birthday card for a little one, you could put, you know, happy birthday. The sentiments that come with this are you're always on point, you're so hip, oh, you really are the best, and love you a ton. But I think that's cute. So I'm going to use this one. And I think I'll stamp it in the sweet sorbet, actually. Cute. Oops. I'm just going to use my little mini trimmer here just to make it small. And then I'm going to glue it onto the Sweet Sorbet Shimmer. Georgie.
So Georgie stepped on my keyboard again and stopped the recording, so I'm just picking up where I left off here. So here I've placed the stamped sentiment and glued it onto a piece of the leftover glimmer, and I'm just trimming it out with my paper snips.
So I hand cut this, and then I just glued it to the front of the card. My cat Georgie jumped on my desk again, and all she has to do is touch the touchpad on my computer and it stops recording. Start locking my door when I'm trying to record a video, because every video I've done in the last week, she jumps up on the desk and turns it off just like that. So anyway, so I finished the card with this. Decorated the inside. I can't remember if I recorded this earlier or not, but if I did, just ignore it. And then just made some little bows out of the new in color metallic, what's it called? A metallic woven ribbon. And it comes in all 5 of the colors. This is the Sweet Sorbet, and it's quite light compared to the paper, but because it's metallic, it actually reflects all the colors and everything. And you can see on this one, I used the, let me just put this light on and see if that helps a little bit. I put the green, the parakeet party on this little one. Well, she needs another bow on the front. I'm going to have to do another bow. And then I used the Orchid Oasis on this one. And I put a bow on both sides of her head. Just so cute. Oh, and I think I'll put this little flower in here. I noticed on the other ones I put a heart. The ones I had done a couple days ago. There. Isn't that the cutest? So here are the 3 finished cards. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me again today. And just quickly, I'll show you the 5 colors of the metallic woven ribbon. So we've got the Sweet Sorbet, which it's really pretty, and the Parakeet Party. And this one is Orchid Oasis. It's beautiful. This one is Tahitian Tide. And this one is Starry Skies. And I haven't even opened this one yet. Let's quickly open it. And here we go. The Starry Sky. Beautiful, rich blue. So these are all available in the annual catalog, which came out in May. And the little hippos, again, are free stamps and free dies with the Sale-a-bration, which starts on July the 1st. So if you have any questions about Sale-a-bration, or you'd like to place an order with me, all of the products that I've used, I've listed below. With a direct link to my store, and feel free to contact me anytime at critters'n'inc@gmail.com or www.critters'n'inc.com. Thanks again. Have a super afternoon. Bye for now.